Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are super excited. Last night couldn't have been better if we wanted it to. It was such a fun night, boats bouncing off of each other. We got to watch Al catch 12 nice lobsters, and we couldn't be happier. Yeah, it would have been cool to catch 14, but the struggle is real, gang. And you know what? The reason why I say we couldn't have asked for more is because you all need to see that it ain't that easy. Even for guys like Captain Al Clowers, who's been doing this for a very, very long time, struggles once in a while. So the cool thing was, though, is the amount of boats that were out there. There was a phenomenal amount of boats last night, and for all intents and purposes, everybody stayed pretty positive and pretty safe. Right, Daniel?
That's good.
Yeah.
Dave, do you know how many locations Al had to go to receive those 12, or did he stay in the same place?
Pretty much stayed in the same area. He's going to be joining us this morning. He's
Oh, good.
probably a little tired, but we'll get him on here. But it was just a phenomenal night. I have so many people that called in. Some of them are going to try to call in this morning and just had really, really good hoop netting. I know it's like a broken record. They followed the plan and they were
Blessed.
very, very blessed to have so many spots at their fingertips, and they were able to get out there and have a good time and catch some lobsters, make their family happy. I tell you what, I don't understand why anybody wouldn't use the website, if you're struggling, if you're having a hard time figuring this out, gang, there is a better, kinder, softer way. And I can't emphasize it enough. And I wish we had something like this when I started this hoop netting thing in 2025 or 2005, when there was very, very few people hooping and nobody sharing information. You couldn't find a lobster spot if you begged, borrowed, and stole it, Daniel.
Yeah, Channel Islands Harbor, we have the breakwater. There's really nothing, within a few miles of the harbor to do lobster trapping in Channel Islands Harbor, except at the breakwater and the jetties. Now you go to Anacapa, it's 8 miles away. But these guys, when they go out on opening night, man, that wall is just, there's so many people. My buddy that's got a boat in the water right next door to Steve, my partner in ReelQuick, invited me to go, and I'm like, not going opening night. Not doing
right. It. Yeah, kind of crazy. Get out there.
Yeah. Hey, I did want to ask you because we started catching bonita on the Fishing Fools trip, or no, the trip with Joan with Jolene, and I started keeping them for lobster bait, and I don't know what the potential is for that bait, but they were nice, big, giant. One fish would have enough bait for all night if it's good bait. So I did want to ask you guys that about that fish, if it's good for the bait.
Well, you're going to get about 50 different answers, but
good.
The one that's the answer is it's a measurable size possession fish. So that's what I'm going to go with. And I also own a ticket from the California Fish and Wildlife that says unmeasurable fish used for lobster bait. So there you go. I don't know if they're going to write that ticket. I don't know if they're going to write it today. I don't know if they're going to write it tomorrow, but they definitely can write the ticket. It's definitely an offense. It all depends on where the Fish and Wildlife's head's at. Now, I did a lot of other things that day that were illegal, so that just stacked the charges up back in the day when I was young and dumb and full of but
got it, Dave. So to be clear, I'm not allowed to use that fish for bait?
That's how the law is read. Okay?
Yeah.
Whether you use it or not for bait, that's totally up to you. But if that fishing game agent comes on the boat and he's having a rough day or he's having a bad day or some boat before him gave him an attitude, he could write that ticket. Absolutely.
Okay.
Here's my thought process. I did some things that were not very legitimate back in the day, and the law clearly states you cannot use measurable possession limit fish for bait. Okay. So first of all, I had bonita in my bait tubes that were cut up. So therefore they made them unmeasurable because they were cut up. Unless you taped them together, I guess. You could tape them together, but you couldn't because it's impossible. But so it's a measurable fish. Then the other thing is it's a possession fish. So you can only have 5 under 22 inches. So there you go. So you're going to, and I know, but you're going to sit down with the fish and game guy and you're going to explain to him how this is a measurable fish and everything. No, you can't use it. I'm just saying. They're going to write that ticket. Now, have
awesome. Thank you, Dave.
Isn't it 100,000 million trillion times? Great. I am not the guy, but I'm not going to stand here and put myself in trouble because it's a measurable fish and it's a possession limit fish. That tells me right there you can't use it for bait, right? That's pretty cut and dry. So are you going to get away with it? Yeah, probably.
No, I'm not, because I'm not going to use it.
But
there you go. There's the answer.
It only takes once.
Yeah, I don't need that. That's not.
And I've gone to battle against booger eatings on the computer. I've gone up against them and I've said, yeah, whatever. You go ahead and use whatever you want. It's just like anything else. You get away with it, go ahead. But the law clearly states that you're not supposed to use them. Period. So therefore, I don't want to be the guy. I've already got the ticket. I could, you know what? I ought to post that ticket and just so everybody can see. It's a measurable fish. It's just like if you we all do it. You take the tail off of the lobster when you get home. When you get home, you take the tail off the lobster to put it in the freezer. That's illegal. That lobster has to stay in a measurable state until you cook it. So if you remove the tail from the head, that is against the law. And I have that ticket. I own that ticket too. And they will write that ticket. When you sign your fishing license, your fishing game license, you say that you give them, well, they already have it, but you agree that they can come into your home whenever they want. Signing a fishing license shows probable cause. So they can come in to your house and measure your lobsters in your freezer, and they can also make sure that you only have 7 in possession because you're supposed to have 7 in possession per lobster permit or per lobster card. So therefore, if you have more than 7, there better be another lobster card in your house. Now, do we all do that?
You can't go fishing for more.
Do we all do that? Hell no. But we open our house up, right? So, yeah, it's a area people have that conversation about every single year.
Yeah, I'm glad I asked the question, Dave. Thank you for that clarification. All right. I would have been out there using them. I told my buddy I got a bunch of bait in the freezer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if they're going to measure it or not, if they're going to try to find out if it's legal or not, but I guarantee you that it's not.
Yeah.
So
they have the open door to do that if they want to. If they want to go down the rabbit hole, definitely find something on your boat to give you a ticket on.
right. And that's a low hanging fastball. There's too much stuff out there that can be used. Can you use bluefin? Sure. If you want to cut it up, you got to cut it up. So it's a measurable fish. You can't keep bluefin cut up. If you cut them, you better be eating them.
Yeah, so you could use a bluefin for bait if you leave it whole in the bottom of your lobster trap, tied to the bottom of it.
But the guys can't quarter it on the way in
Yeah.
on the boat. They can't quarter it. It's against the law. That's why you don't see anybody. That's why the processors got involved a long time ago, is because they didn't want, well, besides the fact that it makes it super easy to deal with, you just take the bag of fish home, but also the sport boats can't process the fish because of all the different parts and pieces you have to keep.
Yeah, we got our stuff filleted out the other day, and my friend asked for the fish whole and he was like, "Why did they put the fish heads in my bag? I don't want the fish heads." I'm like, "Well, they have to give you the whole fish now when you ask for it, I guess."
Well, yeah, you got to have a collar in there, and it's just a big giant mess.
Yeah. So, Dave, I had a pretty good week last week of fishing. I was super excited to go on 2 different trips last week. Bluefin fishing trips,
Right.
and we did get some other mixed stuff in there. But I went with the Fishing Fools for a 2-day trip on Legend Sport Fishing and limited on bluefin the first night. And the next day we went and scored a whole bunch of rockfish. And then I was on land for 1 day. I had to go pick up a rod from the desert and send it off to Bill Batson. So I was going to stay on the Legend all week long and fish the Wednesday too. But I had to go do this delivery. Then I came back on the boat Thursday through Sunday and limited again on the first night. It was just absolutely spectacular fishing for those people that want to stay up all night and fish at 3:30 in the morning. Had a great time. So I take all my fish home whole. I want them to gill and gut it. I have Filipino friends that eat the entire fish except the guts. So I gave a couple of full fish to people that fed like 50 people at a party the first night. I had 3 or 4 of the people that didn't even know me called me and thanked me for this bluefin. They had a party in San Diego and just absolutely devoured, I think it was like a 35-pound fish. They had a great time with it. So yeah, 5 days of fishing last week. I got limits for 5 days of bluefin, and all that fish has been distributed, except I think we kept a little bit in the freezer of the first trip from the Fishing Fools. But I had 10 fish that I filleted myself. I kept all the collars. I think I threw a couple of the carcasses away, but out of 10, I think we got like 7 of those whole fish were eaten completely head to toe, which was great to dispose of all that fish. And a lot of people had a really good time eating it. Excuse me. Sorry, I thought someone was walking in my front door. Anyways, good time with that bluefin fishing.
Yeah, you sent me a picture, but I threw my phone over, so I guess the picture's not there anymore.
You want me to text you one?
Yeah,
or
go ahead.
Email?
You can text it to me. I can throw it up on the screen in a second.
I'll just give you a one like this. This is a fun one. Dave Hansen, right there.
Yeah, now, if any of you guys have been out fishing this week and you want to call in, let us know what you've been catching and where you've been catching it at. Feel free to call in this morning. I need some callers. I need some call-ins. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to hear what you guys caught. I want to hear what you have to say, and I want to hear what you caught. So feel free to call in. Let me know. I'm going to put Daniel's picture up here while we're waiting for a caller. And
I reached out to Sean on Legends up there in Washington. I haven't got a call back from him yet. I might be up there a little bit late for him to be able to for us to be able to go catch some albacore, but we'll see. We'll see if the weather's right. I'll be up there from the 20th until the 27th. I have not a firm date and time with Bill Batson, but I'm going to see him one of those days. We're going to meet and talk about a few things with ReelQuick. I'm looking forward to that. And I have a desire to catch some lingcod when I'm up there in Sequim or Sequim, where Batson Enterprise is at. So I'm going to try and get on a boat one of those days with a friend of mine that lives up north of Seattle. So I'll get to see him. I haven't seen him for a couple of years. And yeah, that's going to be a nice trip.
Hello.
I'll drive up to the Pacific Northwest.
Good morning. Hold on one
day in if the weather's good. Maybe get some albacore in.
Yeah, hold on a second. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, hold on a second. Hey, Daniel.
Yo.
Daniel, we got a phone call here. Hold on a second. Let me see what the heck's going on here. Hold on. Okay, go ahead, caller. What's happening, Brian?
Hey, Captain Dave. Went out hooping last night out of Dana Point. It was a pure success. Followed the game plan, looked at the spots. If you're not a Saltwater Guide member, those are listening on the call right now, you got to be, because last night was like my trial to triumph. Very, very successful night, Dave. You would have been proud of me.
Nice. Tell us a little bit about it.
So last night, now I do want to tell you that there's a music festival that's been going on every opening year for hooping at Doheny called the Ohana Fest. And so it doesn't help when, things are crowded. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to leave for the launch ramp pretty early. So get down there at 3 o'clock, launch the boat. Difficult time making mackerel, but I did the best I could. And so I was kind of solo at this point, and I was waiting for a buddy to come out later tonight. So I figured, you know what, I'm going to get a head start of hooping. So I went towards, I'm not going to say a specific spot, but one of the spots by the jetty. And it was total, madness with, hoops everywhere. The whole place was lit up like a Christmas tree, and divers in the water, and it wasn't good, Dave. No lobster. By the time it was 8 o'clock, I'm contemplating, do I just call it a night or do I stay out and play? So then my buddy calls, and he's over by the launch ramp, and I picked him up, and I told him, listen, we're gonna go south of the harbor. And again, on the Saltwater Guide app, and texting Justin, I was able to find some coordinates, but I think more importantly is knowing what to find, structure, when to throw the hoop out, how deep you are. And between 10 o'clock last night to about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, we got a bunch. I was blown away in an area that there weren't any hoops around, no boaters. It was just me and my friend.
Yeah.
And, we got 10 legals, a dozen undersized ones, and a rock crab. But nonetheless, Dave, I felt like I was a king of Dana Point that night.
Oh, yeah. Let me show this picture here of what you caught. It's pretty spectacular. I'm blown away that Dana Point had lobsters this big. I mean, that is absolutely incredible. Let me try to get this picture up here real quick.
And I remember, calling you, days before last year's opener, feeling, very pumped and confident that I was going to crush it. And, me, I had, the motor issues going on. I, didn't really feel too strong about, where to lay the hoops. And even though I caught, I think, at least one undersized lobster last year, I was very determined. I was very determined this year to, do a U-turn and be more successful.
Well, the picture's having a hard time downloading, but yeah, kind of tell us a little bit about your trials and tribulations. I know because you and I have talked many, many times to get you ready for this, but
Yeah, and so for those who are listening, a few years ago, I purchased a center console boat. I went on YouTube University and I replaced as much as I can. I even made a completely custom-made new fiberglass console for the boat, and I had a Yamaha two-stroke on the back of that thing, thinking like I could save that that motor, but I was
Good job.
so this year I went ahead and purchased a new outboard from Yamaha. Runs like a Swiss watch. Very clean, not smoky. And the great thing about this new motor is how much fuel we burn. I mean, we probably burned less than 3 gallons last night. It was stupid. And launching out of the harbor, again, it was a little intimidating with other boaters in the area, but with your app and your guidance, you kind of give everyone all this knowledge to be very successful, and whether it's from bluefin fishing or inshore or even hooping, Dave, you're the source. You're the guy to go to.
thank you very, very much. Yeah, I try to be as open and responsive as I can, which I find blows people's minds when they call. They're like, "It's you." Well, who the hell would it be?
Yeah.
Hey, Brian. Brian, can you hear me? This is Daniel with ReelQuick Fishing. How are you today?
Good, Daniel. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a beautiful day in Oxnard. Hey, can you tell me, did you take advantage of your Saltwater Guide free week trial, or did you just jump right in and hook yourself up with the subscription? Can you tell us how that worked?
Yeah. So me and Dave actually go way back. When I was 16 in Dana Point Harbor, I had a float tube that was Navy patched with dozens of duct tape. And Dave at the time was running the Wild and Sack at Dana Point Harbor. And I remember one time we were on a dinghy, my buddy and I, and Dave just hands us this giant gallon bag of bluefin tuna, not knowing who this guy was, not knowing the Hansen family well. And who would have thought that myself, 17 years later, Dave's running this very successful, Your Saltwater Guide organization. And I think a lot of people feel intimidated because, Dave does speak the truth. I know Dave could be, interesting at times, but
don't hold back.
He knows his stuff. And yes, even though Dave did offer a 1-week trial membership for me, when Dave at the time was offering a lifetime membership, I did not question it, and I just purchased it right away because I'm very passionate about fishing. And for me, even though I've been fishing for 10 plus years, a life lesson learned is no matter how good you think you are at fishing, there's probably someone else out there better than you.
Nice.
And, Dave is the best, and I want to learn from the best. And even if that means, I have to throw my ego out the window to be a better angler or a hooper. And you know what? What came with Your Saltwater Guide is also, the people that you meet, the people that you network with, you go on trips and, attend seminars with, or, meet, elsewhere. That was just another benefit of being a Your Saltwater Guide member.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like being in a family now, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Dave.
Yeah, the power of the family is pretty spectacular. I am very, very proud to have all these great members that I consider family members now. It's pretty spectacular.
Thanks, Brian. Thanks for that. Dave, that is an ongoing thing, right? Anybody can jump on for a week with you and get full exposure to Your Saltwater Guide.
Yeah, you can check it out. Brian definitely knew the value of it because of where we've been and what we've done. But You know, a lot of people out there don't know who I am and don't understand. So we give them that 7-day free trial just to get your beak wet and see. Because to be perfectly honest, this kind of sounds unbelievable, really, if you think about it. Who in the world is going to give you all their lobster spots? Who in the world is going to give you all their rockfish spots? I mean, anybody can catch a tuna. That is not hard.
I know, I caught one.
Anybody can catch a tuna. But to go out and catch lobsters, Brian, I mean, that's a big deal, right?
Absolutely. And you know this, Dana Point is considered, a land of the shorts. And, for me to be resilient, even coming back to the dock, I forgot to mention this earlier, Dave, just like any, lawn tramp or harbor, I guarantee you're probably going to find a warden or two from California Fishing Game to be there to, check out your lobsters. So there was a captain warden, really nice guy. And I think because, you have discussed the legalities of what not to do when hooping, it made me extra prepared, giving the officer the lobster card, our licenses before he even came up. Because I think we all know if a warden's going to come up to you, they're going to ask for, all your documents, right?
Right.
And so I think that, with your knowledge and with, your saltwater guide and, with the weekly or daily, I should say, podcasts, you really emphasize of, being prepared than underprepared in any circumstance of fishing.
Absolutely. It makes all the difference in the world. Was it an easy process when they boarded you?
Oh, no. The guy was super cool. I think he low-key might be a big fan of your show, just like the rest of the California Fishing Game. Because, again, you talked about, your past, and I think it can be difficult for a lot of people to accept their mistakes and, bring it to the public's attention. But, you're teaching people a very valuable lesson, even people that you've never met before or they're not from, Southern California. And, so it was, it was generally just a very easy process. Another thing from your talks on your podcast is making sure that, you have the right, lobster gauge and, using, what I also like about your saltwater guide is the discounts you get, especially, Brian from Promar Ahi. You take advantage of the discount through the site, and you know what? Everything I have, from jigs to lobster shoot gear, it's all from Promar Ahi. So thank you for, partnering with Brian from Promar Ahi and allowing us to get those, this discount, Dave.
Yeah, it's been a great marriage. That's for dang sure. That is for dang sure.
Brian and Dave, maybe, can you guys both talk a little bit about how to treat these officers that are just doing their job? And I'm saying that because I've been on a few boats with friends where they have so much adversity and so much, I don't know, just anger towards those officers. And I don't have any of that. It's like, are they breaking the law? So they don't, I don't know what it is, but cooperating with them seems to get you the best results, right? If you're freaking just trying to be a fisherman and trying to live by the law, cooperation with those folks is very important. I've seen things go sideways just because the anglers are whatever you want to call them. Anyways, can you guys talk about that a little bit?
Well, I think the number one thing is to be totally respectful, right? As they come up to you, you be respectful. You treat them like you just pretend like it's you and you're out there doing a job that's super dangerous. Cause there's a lot of weapons out there. There's a lot of stuff going on. You want to be you don't want to be that guy. You want to be the guy. You want to be the guy that's going to be cool and giving them what they need and letting them get on their way so they can go out and get the bad guys. That's probably the best, right?
Yeah, and Dave, I don't want to be with those guys that are like that either. I'm not like that, and I don't want to be with them. So there's somebody that don't fish with anymore, and he still continues to call me. I'm just nice about it. I don't say anything, but yeah, super important to be cordial with those folks.
Right, Brian? Wouldn't you say when they pull up and you act accordingly, and you don't act like a jackass, you're going to get treated very well, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I think there is a saying that, my wife and I like to live by is that, no one will remember exactly, what you said, but they'll never forget how, you made them feel. And, it's always good to, make, a good impression to a police officer of any kind. And
Whoa, we got a big earthquake. Whoa. Hold on a second. Oh, wow. It's still going. Whoa, that was a whopper. Cabo San Lucas, giant earthquake right now, honey. You okay?
Where's the monkey?
He's right here. He didn't feel a thing. Holy shikes, guys. Big
earthquake. Let's see.
Right now. Right? I'm reporting it right now. You're not going to know about it. But it's going to be. Whoa.
4.3 right in San Jose del Cabo.
Wow. Crazy, gang. I mean, they never had an earthquake before I moved here, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're
sure it was an earthquake?
Positive.
Okay.
All right. Captain Dave, I got to go.
Yeah, go.
I got to go take care of the lobster, and we're on a trip later this evening on a 2-day trip out of San Diego. I'll kind of bring up a report and tell everyone exactly what we're doing and what we fish. So,
all right, buddy.
Have a wonderful day.
You have a wonderful day, too. Hey, gang.
Take care.
Justin's going to be out fishing tonight. He's going to be live hoop netting tonight. Lisa chartered the boat. Lisa's going to be on the boat with him. And Matt, I didn't block you. I can't take your phone call when I'm on the phone. It's kind of strange that way, but I can't take your phone call when I'm on the phone, honey. You're just going to have to get over it. It's not all about you. Here we go, Matt Ryan. Are you happy?
Come on.
Yes,
answer.
Good morning.
Hey, Matt Ryan, tell us all about how it is being Dave's buddy. Hello? Wow. Okay.
That's how it is.
How are you, Matt? He doesn't hear us.
What happened to him?
I guess he don't hear us. All right. We'll try it again here in a couple minutes, or Matt can call us back. Matt? What?
Was Justin and Pablo fishing lobster last night?
Nope.
No, they
Hey,
weren't.
Matt, can you hear us now?
Gotcha.
All right. So what's it like being my buddy?
What's that saying you have? There's nothing colder than yesterday's hotspot.
Yeah.
The day we went out, it was wide open. Me and you and what was the guy's name?
Steve.
The military guy?
Steve.
Yeah, with wide open fish. Every bait was a fish. I thought I was the coolest guy in town, taking Dave on my boat. To all my buddies, oh man, we went to the spot. It was so easy. We caught so many fish. And then my other buddy's like, oh, I want to go. So I take him to the same spot we went to, and nothing. It was dead.
Conditions.
The wind and the current were going two different ways, and we just couldn't make it happen. We tried so many spots over there in the Newport area, and I just couldn't make it happen. I felt like a booger eater.
How come why did I give you spots on the freeway? That's kind of weird, huh?
Were you telling me to go home?
No, I don't know. That spot is supposed to be a really good rockfish spot, but I don't know how it ended up being up on the freeway, but it was.
Yeah, it's probably on your other phone.
Okay, probably.
You
Yeah,
gave
but
him
that was a lot of
numbers that
fun.
were on land.
Really cool doing that before War Heroes on water. So thank you again. I really appreciated that.
Yeah, it was pretty spectacular, gang. Those of you that are listening to us, Matt called me up in the morning and he was just kind of talking. He was going to go fishing and stuff. And the next thing I know, he's taking me fishing because I just got into town. And lo and behold, we got to go fishing and I was fired up. I was excited. I'm like a little kid, 64 years old, but I'm just like a little kid. And all of a sudden I'm going fishing and I've got about 300 things to do, but there's nothing more important than fishing, man. And I was out there fishing with Matt, and like from the phone call to 3 hours later, I was out fishing.
Yeah, I felt like a peasant though, pulling out to all these multi-million-dollar yachts, going by Anthony Shea's house, a billionaire, and looking at all this, and then Dave's hopping on my little 18-foot center console.
There's nothing better, buddy. That was it.
It was great. I loved it.
And then we grabbed another guy, so there was 2 fat guys and Matt Ryan. We're not going to say you're a fat, but me and Steve.
No, there were 3 big boys on that boat.
and
it was listening.
And we fished just fine together. It was great.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you again, Dave. I appreciate it.
My pleasure, Matt. It was just a fun day all the way around. And Steve really appreciated it. He was a war hero. He had no idea he was going to go fishing. He literally landed on the airplane, came from the airport, dropped his stuff up on the boat, and you and I were pulling up on the back of the boat, picking him up. It was pretty epic.
Yeah, and the only thing you hear the whole time is, Matt, what the heck are you doing?
What the heck?
What the heck are you doing? What? I like to go to the fishing spot right now.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was a good time. I had a really good time. Thank you, Matt, very much for that.
Yeah, it was a cool day. But I had a question for you. No matter what, if the wind and current are going 2 different ways, you can't make it happen doing anything anywhere. Is there any tricks or things that we should consider doing to make something happen?
No, you can't. And, you know, I talk about current all the time, especially on all my videos. And we're always constantly talking about current and how important the current is. And when you get to a spot and you, like you said, you knock the crap out of them yesterday there, you get to that spot and you give it a shot. It doesn't matter. When God decides to make that current go the opposite way of the wind, there is nothing you can do to fix it. Nothing.
Yeah, we tried drifting for halibut. That didn't work. And then I wanted to go try rockfish, but I got numbers on the freeway, so that didn't work.
When you get up in the morning and you get down to the harbor and the wind's blowing out of the south, you know that it's gonna suck. And and I know your time is very valuable. You may have wanted to stay in the harbor and chuck some jigs at some docks and do something like that. That might work out if you got a good tide. But pretty much, you can pretty much write off the day. When the wind's out of the southeast, the fishing is always the least.
Why is that?
Because every single fish in every spot is set up for a downhill current. There's very, very few that are set up for an uphill current. And so when the fish see it the bait and the food and everything coming from an opposite direction, they know something's up. Something is not right. Something's weird here, and it's not presenting itself proper. Then you got the wind against the current, and the back of the boat or the front of the boat is going to lay into the current, and there's not enough wind to spin the boat around, and you're laying wind against the current. Then it's really a mess. It sucks. It's the days you wish that you were not the captain, especially if you got 40 or 50 people staring at you all day and you wish you weren't, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day how good it was the day before. You are susceptible to the conditions of the ocean. And I don't care.
Yeah, I can only imagine how you feel with 50 people on the boat. I felt like crap with only one other guy, and I was trying to make something happen. I felt the pressure.
Oh, yeah. You feel the pressure of 50 people, 100 eyeballs staring at the back of your head like a laser beam, baby. And they want to catch fish, but they don't understand. There is nobody on the boat that wants to catch fish more than the captain.
100%.
And they don't get it. And they say, God, I wish you would stop. I just want to fish. We're like, baloney. You don't want to fish. You didn't buy a ticket to come on the boat to fish. You want to catch. And we're trying to find a spot. It used to blow my mind when I was running sport boats, the people that would be down there on the deck saying, oh, I wish you would just stop. I just want to fish. And then you had so much, then you stop and you set for 20 minutes and catch not one fish. And you're like, see, you didn't want to fish.
Yeah. Hey, one more thing. I just wanted to go back to what Daniel was asking about the wardens. I was going to say, you give them an attitude, they're going to give you an attitude adjustment.
Absolutely. It's a war you cannot win. So why not just be nice, right?
They will find something, right?
You're cool with somebody, they can give you a warning, they can do a whole bunch of other things and give you a ticket. You know, it's discretion.
And it goes back to what we were saying about the bonita, and there's so many different things. The warden can write a ticket pretty much any day. There's something that you're doing that ain't right. They're just, no matter if you think you're doing everything right, and if you have attitude, boy, they're gonna find that thing, right?
Yeah, you can have everything going right with your fishing setup, but what if you have one nav light out? Oh, there's a ticket for your nav light.
Right. It's just ridiculous that they think they're gonna beat the police, and that's all it is. It's just a police officer with a lot more. He's got a lot more ability than most police officers, because the warden, the game warden, they're like a federal marshal. They can come into your house. They can come. You signed your fishing license. That means they have the right to search everything that you own,
every nook and cranny.
Yeah. So the best thing I can think of is to be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it always works when you're cool with somebody. They're going to treat you good too, and be appreciative. And you know, maybe they won't even try to search your boat. You know, you're just cool and shooting the, talking with them and having a conversation. They'll be like, "Okay, see you guys. Have a good one. Be safe."
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now they pulled Justin over just to have a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame him for stopping Justin.
No, not at all. He's so illegal. Well,
right, I gotta go, guys. Have a good one.
It'll be fun watching Justin tonight. See you later.
Yeah, later.
All right. So, gang, just remember, the Fish and Wildlife is there to do a job. Now, you can make it as easy as you can, or you can make it as hard as you can. I personally have done, I can't even tell you, the plethora of mistakes I've made as a young man. Now that I'm old, I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of done making mistakes, and I kind of let it flow. But everything you guys think of that you can do, that you think you can get away with, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get away with anything. And everything goes much smoother if you just present yourself proper. Like Justin, every time they pull up to Justin's boat, he meets them with and they pull them over all the time, but he meets them with their fishing licenses. He meets them with their lobster card. He meets them wherever they want to be. And you want to come on the boat and look? Come on the boat. He offers them sodas and waters, and gosh, it's just a phenomenal experience being there. And then take it a step further and look at the booger eater, the guy with the attitude. Right away, he's got an attitude. Right away, when you have an attitude, gang, they know you did something wrong.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time before they find it. They're going to find it too. So,
and if you didn't do something wrong, they're going to find something that you didn't know that you did wrong. And so, yeah, they're going to press it if you're a dick to them.
Yeah, and there's no need to be anymore. I mean, life is the world has gotten so small because of the internet that pretty much everybody knows. If you want to be that guy, you go ahead, you be that guy. But if you want to be the guy, then everything's going to be so much better if you're the guy instead of that guy. So, hey, I want to talk a little bit about ReelQuick, Daniel, and show everybody the ReelQuick fishing system and everything about it? What do you think?
Cool. You want to do the commercial first?
That little video we made, and then we'll jump into it afterwards. Yeah, let's check it out. I got it right here.
All right, gang, your saltwater guide, Captain Dave Hansen. We're down here at the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show, and I'm with Daniel Rubin, the creator of the ReelQuick Reel Seat System. This is an amazing product.
You guys check this out. ReelQuick Fishing is a dovetail connection. It is in the unlocked position for simplicity here. Comes right off the rod with a dovetail connection. No more screws, no more clamps on the back. Goes on the rod just like that, and we can lock this in place. Turn of a pin. This is strong. This is not coming off of this rod. ReelQuickFishing.com. Dave, you want to add anything to this?
The really cool part about this is the simplicity of it. I fish hard all the time. I hold my rod the proper way. I know a lot of you don't. A lot of you have your hand back here. You always want to have your hand in front of the reel. That's the way that the whole design was made to do, is do it the right way. Normally, when you grab it the right way, you're dealing with the ferrule screws right here. And when you're grabbing it and undoing it, that screws keep coming undone. There's none of that happening anymore. It's a very easy system to use the right way. I was blown away when I saw this. I thought it would add a lot of weight to the rod. Actually, it takes away a lot of the weight.
Thanks.
Yeah, there you go. Check it out. Look at Daniel Rubin's got some of these products right there in his warehouse. He's putting them together today, as a matter of fact. And we're going to throw his QR code up here on the screen, and then he'll let you know all about this system right here.
Yeah, you guys check this out. This is the same one that we just showed in that video. Tesoro 5NS that we adapted to ReelQuick, and a G270 rod. We are still on a 25% discount on all existing rods that are built. Probably have 50, 60 rods in stock. I do have the ability to give 25% off on the Tesoro 5NSs. I can't do that on any of the other reels that we have. But the rail rods, like these rail rods here, we're giving like $150 off on this right now. So something that's $650, you're getting it for, in the fives. So incredible discount on the rods right now, 25% off on anything that I have in stock right now. My name and number are on the top of every page on my website that you guys see right there in the center of the screen. You can call and ask any questions. That phone number is textable if you don't want to talk to me and you just want to go by text. That's fine too. Send me a text. I'll converse with you. Yeah, I'm getting a lot more people calling now off the website. So it's great. Great to have that communication. Had a few people come by the shop last week and buy some gear. And yeah, we're getting the exposure out there and getting this product into people's hands, what we're trying to do.
Absolutely, buddy. And it's a phenomenal product. I've used it so much. Bass fishing, rockfish fishing, tuna fishing. There is nothing this system cannot use or cannot catch. It just absolutely dominates when you put it up against any other product out there, that there is no other product except for the reel seats that are available today. So this thing for the rail rods, oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. The transition period is just so easy. And all the guys and gals that own fishing boats, sport boats, they're thanking Daniel big time because this is not marring up their rails. Think about that. If you're rail rodding, there's a chance that rod, the ferrule screws are hitting on that rail. I don't care who you are. And then those rails at the end of the season get all marred up, and then they got to spend time and they got to grind it down, and they're losing material all the time trying to get those rails flat and ready for the season again. So if that was an evolution that would take place, that would clean up that railroad, they would be so stoked. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. This should have happened 100 years ago. This connection that we've created with ReelQuick it's a superior connection for conventional reels of what we've adapted to. We haven't adapted to bait casters or spinning reels. It's conventional reels, but it's a different game now.
Captain Al Clowers.
Al's here.
Hey, buddy. Good morning. Tell us about last night.
Last night was fun.
Yeah, we got to watch.
Me and the Deckhand went out and did a little research last night by ourselves before taking clients out there. We ended up with 12 nice ones and then went in. And yeah, it was good. I'll be back out there tonight in the Riviera with clients on the boat. But lobster fishing was okay. So a couple of my buddies really smoked them, and then a lot of people struggled. So we did good.
Yeah, absolutely. You did good. You caught some quality lobsters. The thing that I found most interesting was that there were boats bouncing off the sides of you and you were still catching them.
Yeah, and that was a mellow spot. Yeah, it was pretty combat.
It's like
pretty combat-y. People don't have any etiquette, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it was tough. You know, imagine being out there in a 40-footer.
Oh, tonight we're going to get to see it. Tonight we get to see the owl.
Yeah, tonight you're going to get to see it, but I don't think I'll be around. I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm going to try not to be around too many boats. We'll see what happens, but yeah, we're going to Riviera tonight. Family of 6. They're taking their dad and older gentleman. We're just going to hang out. It's a family thing, you know. Get out and experience some lobster hooping on Saturday night in San Diego Bay.
Very good. Al, can you give us an idea of what those trips cost on both of those boats and how that works?
Yeah, so on the Stringari skiff, the one I was on last night, is 1 to 3 people, and it is $800, and that includes everything except for your fishing license, your lobster card, your food, and drink. Basically, your silver, whatever you want to eat and drink, and your card and your license, and we got the rest covered. And they're 6-hour trips. I normally leave an hour before dark. So right now we're fishing 5 to 11 for the most part. And then on the Riviera, it's 1 to 6 people on a nice, beautiful 36-foot Riviera. And the same thing applies, except we have coffee and bottled water and stuff like that. They just bring whatever they want to eat and drink. Beers are okay. Just bring cans and a fishing license and a lobster card. Tonight we're leaving the dock at 5 if they get there on time. We're fishing all inside the harbor, so anybody that has any kind of seasick issues, it's not a problem in the bay. So, yeah.
Yeah, and what I think is really nice, Al, is you have the opportunity to take one person on the Shingari. You got able to take a whole family out on the Riviera. So you got everything covered as far as going fishing, any type of fishing, not just lobster fishing. You can do a combo trip. You can do so much with what you got, the platforms you have to fish on.
Absolutely. And, you know, there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of choices right now. I mean, fishing bite pretty much everywhere. From 50 miles offshore to a quarter mile off the 5 mile an hour wake, you know. So tomorrow I'm doing a little bait trip and on the Stringari. So it's a guy and his 2 kids. So I mean, whether you got a big family or whether you don't have a big family and it's in your budget just to go with a couple of guys in the Riviera, that's cool. Or you just want to go fish the bay with you and your buddy, it's super economically priced, you know. 5-hour bait trip on the Stringari is $745.
Nice.
And, you know, so I got it priced as low as it can be. And I think we're going to do a little bit of everything tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to get a little bait, fish some covina, And then the kids want to catch a couple little bay sharks, so I might have to switch gears and go all the way to the other end of the bay. Yeah, it should be fun.
No, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited to see this tonight. With you fishing in the bay and Justin fishing out at Catalina, we're going to have some great content tonight. And then I want to let you know, gang, we're going to be having a contest on top of all the other contests with Promar and CCA and everybody else. We're going to have our own contest going on through Your Saltwater Guide that's going to allow you, if you give me a video, 1 minute long or less, a video of you catching lobsters, you catching fish for the month of October, you are going to win a prize, and it's going to be $200 worth of product. It's going to be some Promar products and some Okuma products thrown in the bag there. And we're going to put that together, and it's going to be the best video given to me. Text message or WhatsApp it to Your Saltwater Guide at 949-374-0786. We'll announce this every single day for the month of October. And then on October 31st, we'll give away the $200 worth of product. And one lucky winner. Yep. Got to give me a video, though. I need content. I need videos. And I need to be 1 minute or less. What?
That's everybody, not just members?
No, if they want to send us, a video, I'll use it. I'll use whatever they send us. Whoever has the best video gets the most views is going to win the $200 product.
Awesome.
That's how it's going to work. You're going to be able to see.
Cool.
I'm going to make you famous. We'll post your video, and we'll give you full credit for the content. We will give you full credit, but it'll be going out to my 800,000+ followers, and we'll see what happens. But you could have a video.
What's going to happen is somebody's going to win $200.
And they might have a viral video, man. They might have a viral video. You might get famous.
Right?
So,
Hey, Al.
Go ahead, Al. Or go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, Al, how do these folks get a hold of you if they want to go lobster fishing?
They can call me direct, 619-800-3474. If you forget the number, it's 619-800-FISH. Or they can go to my website. They can go to my website, CaptainClowers.com. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, Your Saltwater Guide. I'm everywhere.
Yes, you are.
The quickest way to do it is just dial me up. But if you don't want to do that, you can go onto my site and you can book the trips right off the website. They're all on auto book.
Well, we're excited to see you and Justin tonight. Go ahead.
And then the price for the lobster trips on the Riviera is $11.95 on here. I'm fishing on a really cool boat. So, yep. That's what's going on. And I got some availability, so after Monday, next Saturday I'm booked, but during the week I'm wide open. If you guys can get away during the week, that's the time to get out on that bay, hooping and stuff, or fishing, because everybody else has to work. So the weekends are a little bit gnarly. Tonight might even be more crowded than last night.
Absolutely. We'll find out together, won't we?
Yeah. I might be able to take the phone out of the holder a little bit tonight. Show you all the mayhem.
Yes,
tough
sir.
in there, Stringari. The little holder thing has been sitting on the boat, and the thread's got a little rusty, so it's hard to take it in and out. I got to fix that.
Yeah, that was our first trip.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm doing my best. So anyway, yeah, I'm pumped. I'm fired up. It's been a few years since I've been on point with the lobster, so we're ready to rip. We got 20 hoops all set up. Both boats are all dialed in. So you got more than a party of 6. You got a party of 10. We got 2 boats. Let's roll.
There you go. Let's get out there. Let's do it.
Can have a tournament.
Yeah.
Between the boats.
Yes, indeed.
And that goes with the bait fishing too. If you got a bogey over 6, you just do the stringari and the Riviera. We do quite a bit of that stuff. So there's
Hey,
lots of
Dave.
options.
Hey, Al.
Not to when you call us, because we got a lot of options.
Absolutely, buddy. What, Daniel?
So I just want to give a little plug to Justin. So for the folks that are up in LA County that can't get to San Diego with Al, Justin did a fantastic job last year with me on the boat. Steve and I went on the boat, and we're doing a combination bluefin lobster trip. There was no bluefin off to the west side of Catalina, so we went in and we just collected a bunch of giant rockfish, had a blast, and an hour before dark went into Catalina and just raked up the lobster. We were one short of limits for 4 people, I think. Super fun trip. Want to give Justin a plug. He's in Long Beach Harbor, and he does a fantastic job. You guys want to catch lobster and you don't want to make it all the way to San Diego, look up Justin, another Your Saltwater Guide. It does an excellent job.
Yeah, absolutely. You even got to go swimming, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Partner
How
Steve,
cool is that?
my partner Steve just dropped the line right on the prop. Luckily, it wrapped like 2 times around, but pulling on that thing, it wasn't coming up. I had to go on the water and unwrap the prop, and it was 11:30 at night, and I'm not a diver. And I was
but you
down,
did it.
and it was pitch black. It was crazy.
Yeah,
Super
but
fun.
you did it.
Yeah.
All right.
You got that boat unstuck.
We'll watch you guys tonight live, Al. You and Justin going live tonight, having a competition.
Alrighty. Yeah, it's not very fair reef fishing Catalina. That's totally not fair.
Yeah, it is.
Catalina's way more frugal than big.
Well, we will find out. You never know. It's fishing.
I know. There's people out there that guarantee limits so they get another trip when they're fishing Catalina. That's how good it is up there.
Yeah, we're too smart for that. We don't guarantee nothing except you're going to have fun.
That's right.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Have a great day. Turn off the news. They're all lying. We'll see you on Monday. Remember, tonight, about 6:45, between 6:45 and 7 o'clock, live, 2 streams going live at the same time. We'll be at Catalina with Justin Bottrell and the gang at Bowline Sportfishing, and we'll be at San Diego with Al, and we'll be flipping back and forth. So it'll be very exciting tonight. And also, gang, I want you to know, the stream here is going to be like this from now on. The sliver of stream that Facebook doesn't care, they let everybody see it no matter what. Instagram, they let everybody see it no matter what. But YouTube, we're hurting on the views, because if we go with the stream with the little sliver, they like that. It's lame. It's stupid, but they let everybody. I don't know, Daniel. If I knew, I'd be a billionaire, but I don't know. So, but we're going to stay this way, and that's what we're going to do. I'll take the hit. I'll take the fall, but I like it better like this, and it's way easier to go back and look at it and make good videos out of this stuff. So we're going to go this way from now on, gang. And YouTube can hate it all they want. I don't care. We're done worrying about it. Right?
Dave, you're just talking about the format of the way the pictures are laid out?
I'm talking about this right here, Daniel, that you're watching right now.
Yeah,
if we put it in the little skinny, up and down, vertical, YouTube loves it. Everybody else hates it. But, oh well.
You can't see much.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. They like it. But look at, right now, watching the show, there's hardly any viewers because YouTube won't push it out in front of anybody if it's on this platform.
Weird.
So it doesn't make sense, but whatever. I'm going with what's clean to my eyes and what's clean to all my family. The Your Saltwater Guide members, they love it this way. So we're going this way, and the rest, oh, well, you don't find it, you don't find it. See you later, everybody. Thank you. Bye.